Hey gamers, Lord Arcane here. I owe you guys an apology. It's been a little while since I've recorded a video. It has been an absolute zoo on my end. Started doing some tutoring work myself, and then we had kind of a COVID scare with my daughter. Fortunately, she didn't catch COVID. She's fine, but she was exposed to it. And then I had because of the tutoring, I had to set up a new computer with a new webcam. Hence, you get wider screen, higher resolution me. And then we had GenCon, and then we had a COVID scare due to GenCon. Again, fortunately, we didn't catch it, but I've been fighting some kind of crud since. At least the COVID tests we've done come back negative. So my sinuses are still stuffed up. Yeah, when con crud hits me hard. Anyway, so I'm just getting back into the swing of things. So I thought I'd do my first video back after GenCon about, GenCon. Okay, now this is what I saw at GenCon 2022. I want to talk about it a little bit. This is the first one back in person. It was their 55th anniversary. So, one of those small conventions that doesn't happen very often. But we're having a lot of fun with it. My exposure with GenCon was mostly doing Starfinder and Pathfinder. Literally from 8 o'clock in the morning to 1 in the morning, actually. Getting a break off in the middle to try to catch some sleep. I had a fun time with some allergies and whatnot. I mean, it was just a blast. But a couple of my friends, 3 of my friends actually, were tested COVID positive. So, yeah, we went full lockdown here just to be safe. Anyway, so my schedule, as I said, literally 10 to 12 hours a day of GMing, either Pathfinder or Starfinder. I wouldn't miss it for the world. It was a lot of fun. I got to say that the Organized Play Foundation takes care of their peeps, and we really enjoyed ourselves. Yeah, even though we didn't get as much time out of the gaming as I originally planned, it was still definitely worth it. Okay, 2 of the things that we did run, and I'm not going to give you any details on them because I don't want to give any spoilers for these events. They're huge. On Friday night of GenCon, I ran a Starfinder special. I was one of the GMs for a Starfinder special. To say ran is kind of a strong term. We had just under 50 tables, 46, 48, right in that area. Tables, partially online, partially in person. Launch the Starfinder special, and it was a blast. It was a lot of fun. That was Friday night. Saturday night, we had a Pathfinder special. The Pathfinder special had 85. You heard that right? 85 total tables between online and in person. It was nuts. One of the tables, mine, had 2 players. Okay, so I brought up concerns. 2 players is technically PFS legal, but I wanted to see if anybody else wanted to sneak in, sort of thing. And we said, no, go run with it. We're good. So we ran with it. Neither of my players had played Pathfinder 2 at all. That didn't stop us. We had a blast. I helped them understand some of the situations where this would be a bad idea, and this is why. Especially if you're not familiar with Pathfinder 2. It works different than Pathfinder 1 as far as the tactical aspects of it. You do not want to be out in front, surrounded, sort of thing. It's significantly worse in P2 than it is in P1. Things along that line. So we had a blast. We had one situation where we accomplished an objective. We submitted it. In this case, I submitted it on my phone. So I had my phone sitting right here. I had my tablet right here. I had my book, printed out. So that I have printed copies, because old eyes, all of them. And every time we did a success, I'd send it in on my phone. And one of our successes having to push it over this, threshold, and bing, 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 this is the new bonus in effect. And, my table of 2 went absolutely wild. It was fun. So I wouldn't miss it for the world. I definitely am planning to do it again. Speaking of doing it again, first weekend in August of 2023 is the next GenCon Indie. So plan ahead, get your tickets early. As soon as the hotels become available, hotel it. You'll have fun. We'll see you there. Bring your dice. Man, I got treated really well. The GMs are absolutely loved by everybody out there. So, the Organized Play Foundation, which runs this Society Play for Pathfinder Starfinder, they took good care of me. I had a really bad allergy reaction Wednesday when we arrived, before the gaming actually started. The gaming started on Thursday. And so we were just petrified that I'd have to drive home. But in the middle of the night, people were still available to make sure that I was taken care of and whatnot. It was phenomenal. And this is before the con even started. We got T-shirts. Okay, I came home with 5 different T-shirts from 4 copies of the same shirt and 1 other T-shirt from GenCon. I have a set of dice that was given to me. I have a few other bells and whistles, a GenCon specific D6 that I've got buried. I'm not going to pull it out right yet. But it was a lot of fun. We were really glad we went. All 3 of us really had a blast. Me and my wife and my daughter. I wouldn't miss it for the world. My daughter ran demos for new Pathfinder players. My wife helped organize, run paperwork, mustering, and things like that for a lot of it. They both GM'd some Pathfinder as well. So definitely excited about that and had fun, and it's already on our calendar. 100% committed for it already next year. We just haven't told anybody. Okay, technically I didn't put it on my calendar. It's just mentally on the calendar. All right. So other things that I saw in the brief times I wasn't trying to catch a nap because I was GMing 12 hours a day. Things that I saw. All right. Now I made it intentional that I went by and saw some of my friends. Okay. I've worked with Paizo for years, and so I know a lot of the Paizo people. Not all of them on a first name basis, but a good chunk of them. The president of Paizo, a good friend of mine, we go back over 20 years. So it just happened to work out that way. So we went down to the Paizo booth naturally, did our shopping and came home with almost every map I was missing. Not quite. I couldn't quite afford about 3 or 4 of them, but such is life. But we also picked up the last book of the Starfinder Adventure Path I was missing, and Malevolence, which is a Pathfinder haunted house sort of thing. It was a lot of fun. So those were things that I made sure I got done. And then I went to Adventure Week. They were there. My first written, published module, adventure, depending on how you phrase it, in society, modules or specific things. So my first published adventure was for Adventure Week, actually my first 3. And so I went by and said hi to them, and I was a contributing author on a few things that they were pushing really hard. I'll show you those, in a couple of days when I get it. Everything squared away. So I signed a few copies. They had R.A. Salvatore there, obviously a big Drow inspiration. So Adventure Week, Jonathan, the big wig at Adventure Week, was escorted over by 2 of his Drow minions, and they kind of presented him to R.A. Salvatore as a sacrifice. It was hilarious. There's a video of that out there, by the way. I'll have to track it down and share it later. But so I got a chance to chat with them, and that was great. I loved it. The other one that was big was Renegade. Renegade had actually secured a room off of the main vendor hall, and it was a decent sized room, a small ballroom sort of thing, maybe not quite that big, but a conference room. And in there they had all sorts of different toys. I picked up one of them. I'll show it to you. You can actually see the box right next to me, but I'm not going to talk about it right yet. I wanted to have its own video. It's that important to me. I want to show it off. And they had some of the up and coming dates on some of the things they're handling. For those who don't remember, Renegade's taken over the license for Hunter of the Reckoning, Vampire the Masquerade. They've got the G.I. Joe game, which is where I've done videos for them in the past. I really love the G.I. Joe concept. It brings back memories from 30 some odd years ago. Almost 40 years ago. Anyway, old memories. And, naturally the cartoons from 40 years ago as well. But they're running My Little Pony now. They've got a game for that. They've got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They've got Transformers. So all sorts of really interesting, creative, intellectual projects are all under the Renegade flag. So they had a good room. We walked in there and chatted for a little bit with them, and I'll show some off one of the toys later. So that's really about all I wanted to talk to you in this particular video. First of all, my apology for being a little lax, and then I've got another videos or so that I've got 5, 6. Yeah, so I'm going to be recording videos kind of nonstop while I have time over the next couple of days. My tutoring is keeping me busy about 4 or 5 days a week right now. But if you're interested, if anybody needs help with math, especially algebra, actually all of my students right now are 9th grade algebra students. One of them I also help with English. But all of my students are 9th grade algebra students, so that's kind of what I've been doing. If you're interested in that, if you need some help, you know somebody who does, I'll put you in touch with the group that I do the tutoring through. They've got great software, they've got great support, they've been really good to work with. I'm very, very happy. So, anyway, I'll put everything in touch there, but I did want to leave with one last note. Okay, and I'm going to run its own video about this, but I want to put this in the, well, I'll hold off on it, okay? I'm going to do a Pathfinder video here in the next day or less about some of the stuff with Pathfinder, and there's the Pathfinder Kineticist playtest, which only goes for about another 3 weeks. So if you play the Kineticist in 1E, and you want to see what their interpretation of it is in 2E, I've got a link for you. I'll send that one with the other video. So stay tuned. I've got a lot of videos to do. I just don't want to tie everybody down for 9 hours. So I will talk to you guys later and hope you have fun. Talk to you soon. Bye.